सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। So, Aruneyi Upanishad also comes from Atharva Veda. Minor portions come from Atharva Veda. Aruneyi Upanishad. Upanishad is Strilinga. Therefore, Aruneyi Upanishad. So that is the grammatical position. Like Gauri, Nadi, all feminine gender words end in long A. Mala, Gauri. Similarly, Aruneyi Upanishad. Upanishad is feminine. Meaning, the Upanishad that is taught by Brahmaji to Prajapati to son of Aruna. Who is the family of Aruna? If even the grandfather can tell, refer to his grandchild, ये मेरा बेटा है. कैजुअली से मेरा बेटा है, होता तो है लेकिन मेरा बेटा है. वैसे even after 10 generations you can say तो मेरा बेटा है. तो अरुणेय हो गया. So in the family of Varuna was a sage like Varuna. वरुण का जो अपत्य है, वरुण के एक अपत्य means Varuni. And the Upanishad taught, learnt by him is Varuneya. वैसे यहाँ पर अरुणस्य अपत्यम Arunihi, and the Upanishad taught to him is called Aruneyi Upanishad. They are twice Tajita. Just because we are starting the new Upanishad, it is better to know that any Upanishad must have, this text must have Anubandha Chatushtaya. Just in order to freshen up your memory. But then this itself, taking a root in Anubandha, if Anubandha Chatushtaya, Jnanam takes a root in your mind, it means a lot. The Adhikari for Karmakanda is different from the Adhikari for Vedanta. So there is a Adhikari. Then a Vishaya, the topic of Karmakanda is different, the topic of Vedanta is different. The student of Karmakanda is different and the student of Vedanta is different. The purpose of Karmakanda is different and the purpose of Vedanta is different. The approach of Karmakanda is different, that is more a process, this is more understanding. There is movement, here there is no movement. There is a process, here there is no process. There is doing, and here there is only being. Amazing. Even knowing is nothing but being. It is also not true to say doing is a physical action and knowing is a mental action. Strictly speaking, is not right. After all, we are knowing the truth mental action. Here knowing is only being. Even the knowledge that you are conscious is not a process. You are conscious and you know that you are conscious. That knowing is just synonymous with only being. Self-evidence. Seeing the self-evidence is what is understanding the self-evident as self-evident is synonymous with the self-evident. It doesn't stand. Understanding the truth that understanding doesn't stand separate from that truth. Therefore, the topic of Karma Kanda is different, and the topic of Karma Kanda is doing, and the topic of Vedanta is knowing what is. The topic of Karma Kanda is creating something and reaching something, etc., etc. Here there is no creating, there is no reaching, there is nothing. In Vedanta you do nothing. You only look at yourself as you are. There is nothing. You can't do also anything. Because even if you struggle, you don't become something other than being conscious. Even if with all your efforts, you can't be other than the experiencer of the three states. With all your effort, you can't love something other than happiness anyway. You can't use your choice or will or volition to love something other than happiness. Then what is it that our choice? And therefore, choice used for anything other than understanding the truth is all just nothing. Just waste. But anyway, the topic of Karma Kanda is different. The topic of Vedanta is different. This is what is called a Vishaya Bheda. The student of Karma Kanda is different. The student of Vedanta is different. This is called Adhikari Bheda. The purpose of Karma Kanda is just, get to some material benefit here and hereafter, now and later. The earthly and heavenly pleasures. That is the purpose of Karma Kanda. Here it is moksha, understanding, solving the inner problem of wrong perception about oneself. This is something differently. This is too sophisticated. The whole education is to understand really we are not just a perishable form. This is something. It's correcting our whole view. The whole creation is a view about ourselves. Yes. It is not only me as an individual is just a view about myself, the whole setup, because this incorporates the whole setup. And therefore, the topic is, there is a Vishaya Bheda, there is a difference in their topics, there is a difference in their students, there is a difference in their Prayojanam. Prayojana Bheda, Phala Bheda. Vishaya Bheda, Adhikari Bheda, Vishaya Bheda, Phala Bheda, and the fourth is Sambandha Bheda. Sambandha Bheda means the very approach. What is the relation? The approach is there, it is sadhya sadhana, but today I do the karma and wait for the result, which may come in this life, next life, next life, next life, next life. There is a gap between the effort and the result. But whereas understanding and freedom, there is no gap. That is sadhya sadhana bhava between karma and the result. The bhava is sadhya sadhana bhava, and in between there is kala vyavadhanam, kala vyavadhi. But in the case of understanding and freedom, there is no kala vyavadhi. You see, as you wake up, the dream is gone. There is no time gap. As you see the rope, the snake is gone. The snake perception is gone. There is no time gap. As you lit the lamp, the darkness is gone. There is no time gap. This kind of sambandha is what, where there is no time gap between what one does and the result, between the effort and result. There it is the effort of doing, here is the effort of, I don't mind using the word of effort of understanding oneself. Between the effort of understanding oneself and one's freedom, there is no time gap. Whereas the effort of doing karma and heaven, there is a time gap. Once there is a time gap, you will never know how long, how much time gap. And there the uncertainties. Wherever there is a time gap, there are uncertainties. The uncertainty is not there about the fruit only when there is no time gap. Like the moment I lit the lamp, the darkness goes. There is no time gap. Such things are certain. But if you have a time gap, then there is a uncertainty. Suppose you say you perform the action and you will get the result. When? Oh, that Bhagwan के हाथ में है, हमारा हाथ नहीं, किसी का हाथ में नहीं. ये तो पक्का है. It is in the hands of our past. Call it prarabdham, call it Ishvara's hath mein, call it in the hands of Ishvara, call it in the hands of prarabdham, call it in the hands of time, call it in the hands of destiny. Words don't make any difference. It's not what it is. It's not in my hands. I can't. Thus there is a Vishaya Bheda, there is a Kala Bheda, there is a Phala Bheda, there is a Sambandha Bheda. Are you able to follow? Be serious about these four things. You will get insight into the whole topic. You will get insight, my God. The entire, the topic for the student of the society is different from the student of Vedanta. The one who is a student of the society, khana, pina, kaam karna, enjoy, this is all what we call, And therefore if a person has got great vairagya for the truth, that is what sometimes I am a misfit in the society. You may be a misfit for two reasons. One is your uselessness. The other is your wisdom. Yes, it can be very useless. You can be very useless, You just don't know how to talk, so you are a misfit. Nobody wants you. Because you don't know. Instead of talking, you start biting. You understand, But if the person doesn't even know the difference between talking and biting, instead of talking, you start biting. Hare Rama. Then you become a misfit. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants to suffer. So therefore, one's uselessness may be the reason for being a misfit in the society. Or one's wisdom. What the people are interested in, I am not interested in. Yes. Thus, we can extend this logic to Karma Kanda and Vedanta. The students are different, the topics are different, the prayojanams are different, the sambandha are different. And repeat again, between the society and a student of Vedanta. And Vedanta, the society and Vedanta, the topics are different and the students are different, the sambandha are different, the prayojanams are different. Because the entire society is also Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda includes both the Vaidika Karma Kanda as well as Laukika Karma Kanda. Therefore the whole society is what? Laukika Karma Kanda. It's empirical action. Laukika Karma Kanda. In Laukika Karma Kanda, everybody has an equal right. But when it comes to Vaidika Karma Kanda, they come up with some religious, stipulations. That is okay, but there is no difference between Laukika Karma Kanda and Vaidika Karma Kanda. Vaidika Karma Kanda is prompted by desires and this is also motivated by desires. Desire for what? Desire for some material thing. rooted in self-ignorance. Okay, ji. Thus, think, compare, contrast between learn to club both Vaidika Karma Kanda and Laukika Karma Kanda. Learn to club. Just you must club. There is no difference. Doing business and performing some kameshti is no difference. One is there is a Vaidika action for money, the other is a Laukika action for money. And if you say money is Vaidikam or Laukikam, that is Laukikam. Therefore, there are a lot of things. Learn to just combine them, bulldoze them together, pile them up. Karma Kanda, Vaidika Karma Kanda, Laukika Karma Kanda, mysticism, theology, all of it is nothing but one Karma Kanda. Anything other than Vedanta, anything other than Mahavakya is Karma Kanda. Vedanta is right. So you can't club anything with Vedanta. On all that is, supposing I take preparatory steps for understanding Vedanta, that is a part of Vedanta. Viveka, Vairagyam, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam, etc. These are all part of Vedanta. Samajh gaye na? Thus, Anubandha Chatushtaya. Chatushtaya means four. Anubandha means closely connected to a text. Closely connected to any literature. Every book has a particular student, it has a particular purpose, a given relation. But the entire literature in God's creation is all Karma Kanda literature. The entire literature, including science. I have to learn into, even science comes under Karma Kanda, please. I'll tell you how, if you can follow. I have to learn how to perform a ritual, and then afterwards I start performing it. I use my knowledge to perform an action. Science also is a knowledge which I use to perform actions. I manufacture planes, I manufacture cars, I manufacture this, I manufacture that. The entire industrialization is nothing but implementing the knowledge of science. Just as we implement the knowledge of Karma Kanda and perform the rituals, performing is different from information. Science is information, industrialization is implementation. Karma Kanda, when you study and learn all the memorize, etc., that is information, and then implement. It is only after that you get the result. Information itself doesn't give you result. Information has to be implemented. Whereas Vedanta is not like that. इसको समझने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है. इधर तो सब लोग बहुत 99% of the people just follow. वो लोग कहते ये क्या बात है, Vedanta cannot be implemented. Idiot, understand what I am telling is Vedanta is talking about your being already full. Wave has to discover I am water. Does it have to implement of becoming water? मुझे मालूम है मैं जल हूँ, लेकिन मुझे तो I have to become it. Why? So the glory of Vedanta is something, it's great, Ji. It is just teaching the truth about itself as the truth. It is enlightening the unlimited as unlimited. It is enlightening the eternal as eternal. The eternal doesn't have to implement, any information. It is a corrective knowledge is not implemented, understand. A corrective knowledge is always is the result. You see, anyway, आप लोग तो समझना चाहिए बात को. Therefore, the entire literature, including science, comes under Karma Kanda. This is what I want you to pick up. The entire literature, without any exception, the entire literature without any exception, comes under the literature of Karma Kanda. Vedanta is different. It is almost like the whole creation is on the one side and the observer is on the other side. Vedanta refers to the observer. Baki sab literature talking about various things. Thus, Anubandha Chatushtayam is different from Sadhana Chatushtayam. Sadhana Chatushtayam means Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam, Mumukshutvam. This is called Sadhana Chatushtayam. Those six, Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam, these six are count one. They count the third out of the four. Viveka, Vairagya, and Shamadama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam, and Mumukshutva. Four main headlines. Viveka, Vairagyam. And the third has six details. Shamaha is all mental qualities. यहाँ पर भी थोड़ा सा फर्क है. Viveka is something that is a manifestation of many lives of Nitya Karma. Otherwise, a person doesn't get Viveka. As soon as he is born, he looks for something. You see. I like, I saw that, what we call this Animal Planet, Discovery, National Geography, there are a lot of this king cobra. King cobra. The baby king cobra comes out of its shell. Okay? The first thing it does is to look for snakes. Hey Rama. Just goes in such intelligence. It doesn't come to any Vedanta class or anything. It just looks exactly like even any other creature also. The moment it comes into this world, it looks for one. Similarly, human beings, as soon as is born, he looks for things, and that becomes synonymous. That temperament is synonymous with his individuality. Therefore, if a person becomes thoughtful about life, that's Viveka. What are we actually? Why this life? A kind of being dumbfounded by the phenomenon of being alive and seeing and desires and problems, embodiment. And suddenly I see myself here. If a person becomes thoughtful, that is called Viveka, and that Viveka also implies able to see the difference, the capacity. This kind of Viveka with all its necessary details, that Viveka doesn't become manifest in a person as an accident. It can only be the result of a lot of praying. We can only say there is Viveka in this person. From where did he get Bhagavan? Because you don't inherit Viveka from parents, because themselves don't have it. उनके पास स्वयं नहीं है. All that we inherit is their money. We inherit their money, their impulses, their lifestyle, but not Viveka. Why? Because they don't have. Therefore, you always inherit your own Viveka, please understand. You don't inherit others' Viveka. In your previous lives, if you were doing something, that you inherit. You inherit yourself. Similarly, Vairagyam also is not easy. Sometimes poverty looks like Vairagyam. No, Vairagyam is in the mind, not out. Don't look at a person externally. If he is shabbily dressed and not neglecting, he doesn't look after himself. Blood of virakta. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मौका मिलेंगे तो गला दबाएंगे. Yes, I am very, very particular about this. Never be hoodwinked these things, external forms. And of Vairagyam, he is full of dharma. He will not. It is dharma, dharmic. And therefore, Viveka, Vairagya, they are the manifestation of some past Nitya Karma. Some Nitya Karma, I would say. Nitya Karma. It is the manifestation, it is the result of a Nitya Karma performed perhaps for a long time. Number one. These are the fundamental, they are really, that it is these two that make you a jignasu. What takes you to Vedanta is Viveka and Vairagya. What takes you to the Viveka and Vairagya also include the fourth detail, Mumukshutvam also. Mumukshutvam is not a great, Mumukshutvam is everybody wants to be free. But discovering this freedom that I am looking for is not going to come to me through any karma or objects. It has to come only through knowledge. Some kind of, some kind of frustration, some kind of insight into the invalidity of all human approaches to freedom. Some kind of insight. I don't think these things are going to happen. They may help him, khana pine mein, but ultimately it's not. He has a silent insight into these things. So Viveka and Vairagya take you to the Shastram. But for understanding Shastram, your mind should abide, because the mind is not going to abide just like that, because it has got a habitual wandering. There are impulses. Impulses have been ruling the roost in my mind, and suddenly you can't silence them. जैसे किसी जगह को कब्जा कर दिया, and you don't get him evicted, तो फिर after 10 years if you say भैया this is not your place, इतने साल तक क्यों नहीं बोला? तो impulses also say the same thing. आपने you allowed us to राज करने के लिए अभी आप बोल रहे हैं, साइलेंस रहो. You understand, impulses also, they use the same logic. Kind of, yes. That is where, to live with the text of Vedanta, I must have a peaceful mind. That is called Shamaha, Damaha, Uparatihi, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. These 6 help me to study Vedanta. They give me relative peace. Whereas Viveka, Vairagya are the great things. They really bring me to Vedanta. Thus, please see the difference. Viveka takes me to Shabda Pramana. Vairagyam takes me to Shabda Pramana. But while studying the Shabda Pramana, I need mental peace. And that mental peace is given by Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. Understand, Yes. Thus, Anubandha Chatushtayam is different from? See the difference. Dwell on this point. So you can't say Vedanta is the same as Karmakanda, because there is a difference in the topic, difference in the students, difference in the Prayojanam, difference in Sambandha. How can you say they are the same? This is where, Vedanta also is a part of Karmakanda, they will say. But on what basis? If you say Gita also is a ritual, on what basis? Because the students are different, the topics are different, the Sambandha is different, the Prayojanam is different, that makes it complete. Therefore, That is why Bhashyakara says something very nice. No, Vedanta is a Bhinna Prakarana. Bhinna Prakarana means it's a different topic from Karmakanda. It's a different topic. ये altogether different है. ये कुछ और है. Don't club Vedanta with Karmakanda. Don't club Karmakanda also with Vedanta. And therefore don't club these societal processes with Vedanta. Don't club, that is for survival, this is something else. What you get in the society is karma phala. This is something else. Okay, ji. Thus, understand the position of Vedanta. Its position, no other literature shares its position. There is no literature in God's creation that can share the same position as the position of Vedanta. There is no second literature. If there is a literature which is exactly like Vedanta, I call it Vedanta. There is another Upanishad. हमें कोई problem नहीं है. If a person is born with 3 eyes, let us say 1, 2 and then something else here, say that is also eyes, same pramana. I don't count the 3rd eye as another pramana. That is also chakshu. Like Devendra, Indra had 1,000. That joka, think of it. Devendra had all these Menakas around, Rambas around, all those girls, all Bollywood was there. And all celestial girls. And look at him, and he fell in love with a poor sadhu, poor sage, a rishi's wife. Ahalya. You understand, He is all it. It's like a king, just ignoring his own wife and falling in love with a maidservant. Idiots. Therefore, he had 1,000 eyes, but it is only one sight. Ultimately, Gautama gave him a curse, You will have 1,000 all over eyes, so that you will be so confused while walking. Curse me. Sometimes, nobody can curse you. Your own actions can curse you. Nobody can bless you. Your own actions can bless you. Just a maryada hai. Ashirvad le lo, vagera, vagera. There also, when you become little humble, that is an action. You will get the blessing. Yes. Anyway, ji, Karmakanda includes the entire society and Vedanta is different. Karmakanda also includes all religious books, because most of the religious books are all Karmakanda books. Beliefs and action, prayers and worships, actions, Karmakanda. Lighting the candles and then singing songs, all those carols. We have bhajans and they have carols. Sometimes they sing their carols like bhajans and bhajans like carols. It's कुछ नहीं जी, उसमें क्या? That is okay, you enjoy it. That doesn't mean that is everything. You also enjoy a cup of coffee, that doesn't mean that is the answer in life. ये क्या बात है? This is called viveka. A person must understand. None of these can give the answer. Ultimately the Vedanta. Therefore, anyway, Karma Vedanta's position is not shared by anything. Om Namah Shivaya, Sadguru Bhagavan ki Jai, Ganga Maiya ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan. Om Aruneyi Prajapatehe Lokam Jagama. Om Aruneyi. Aruneyi means the son of Aruna. Aruna was a sage. Aruna was a rishi. Bringer went like Varuna. Aruna like this. That's what I'm saying. Aruneyi Prajapatehe Lokam Jagama. He reached the realm of Prajapati. Prajapatehe Lokam Jagama. He reached. So, how do we interpret it? That's not important. You don't have to interpret. It's all just to convey something. Everything cannot be taken literally. There are certain things said to convey something else. कुछ कल्पना करते हैं कुछ समझाने के लिए. एक होता है कल्पना, एक होता है रियलिटी. कभी कभी कुछ कल्पना करते हैं कुछ रियलिटी को समझाने के लिए. जैसे होता है ना, दिस यू हैव टू फॉलो जी. इफ यू कैन फॉलो इट, नथिंग लाइक इट. यू हैव मेड अ बिग ब्रेक थ्रू. You know, Shastra also says, see, teaching the truth is not a kalpana. That we are Brahman is not a kalpana, is a reality. इसी को समझाने के लिए कुछ कॉन्टेक्स्ट को कल्पना करते हैं. भगवान ने सृष्टि किया, he creates and he supports, he resolves. Therefore, what he creates, this creation is never other than himself. Therefore, भगवान alone is. ये बात को समझाने के लिए सृष्टि स्थिति लय को कल्पना करते हैं. ये शास्त्र का कल्पना है, हमारा कल्पना नहीं, शास्त्र का कल्पना है. And वैसे in the same manner, Nachiketa went to Yamaloka. That is all kalpana to convey Vedanta. Then Nachiketa talks to Yama, and the Yama says, don't choose Brahma Vidya. In the place I have promised to give you 3 boons, but all the 3 boons, let them be materialistic, not Brahma Vidya. In the place of the Brahma Vidya, I can give you the whole world. He says, I don't want, I want only Brahma Vidya. These are kalpana, story. The whole story is kalpana, to convey the vairagyam, to convey the vairagyam. Supposing you are not interested in what is conveying, then you are going into the historicity of Nachiketa going into Yamaloka. How did he go? That becomes the big the great conference. How do we interpret Nachiketa going to Yamaloka? That is Shastra Kalpana. Kalpana ko Kalpana रूप से समझ लो. Dharma is conveyed, Brahma is conveyed. To convey it, you have to do Kalpana. Everything need not be taken as history. Everything is not history. Our India's glory is not in its history. India's glory is in its vision of the truth. What is history? History has got its ups and downs anyway. I don't think any nation which has only positive history, it has its own ups and downs. Therefore, we must prove all this is true. Ramayana is true, Mahabharata is true. That means what? Because if it is true, then India is glorious. And I wish it is not true. I wish it is not true. Why? I don't want to accept that India had people like Duryodhana and what is conveyed is dharma. What is conveyed is the values. Because we have to live values. We don't live history. History is already history. That is why it's called history. It's gone. We have to live values. Therefore, It is a kalpana, Shastra kalpana. Like to paint, you require a canvas. Canvas. You use a canvas to convey something. Similarly, you use a kalpana to convey something instead of getting stuck to the kalpana. Aruneyi Prajapatehe lokam jagama. The son of Varuna went to Prajapati, the realm of Prajapati. And Prajapati stands for a teacher. Then we can interpret also, Varuna went to a teacher who was popular at that time. Every teacher is a Prajapati anyway. Because what does Prajapati teach? Brahma Vidya. What does a teacher on the earth teach? Brahma Vidya. So farak kya hai? You can't say Prajapati's Brahma is little bigger than that Brahman. Can't work with his teacher. Aisa to kuch hai nahi. Bulldoze them all. Prajapati means teacher. Prajapatehe lokam jagama. Let us take it. Aruna went to Prajapati. Tam gatva. And having reached Prajapati, Vacha, he said. Now onwards, there is something to convey. Kena bhagavan karmani aseshato visrijaniti. Hey Bhagavan, Kena. Kena means by means of what? By means of what? Because I need a crutch. Even to renounce something, I have to hold on to something else. I have to hold on to something to leave something. I need a support. Kena Bhagavan, He Bhagavan, Karmani, all the rituals. Aseshataha, totally. Aseshataha visrijani lot. How can I renounce all this karma, Bhagavan? I don't want. Because I've been doing karma, and it has not given me much. How can I just renounce all these rituals? What is the topic for which I can renounce all the karma? You see, renunciation of struggle. It is like, switching from the beaten track of doing and achieving to looking at oneself and understanding. It is a reversing the attention from outside to it. It's like when you go to sleep, you reverse the attention. पूरा दुनिया से हटाते हैं मन को अपने, आंख बंद करते हैं बस. What a reversal, ji. What a reversal. I think we should learn a lot from sleep. A lot. The method of sleep is nothing but, you see, so readily you close your eyes and then the whole attention apne aap aaram se wapas aa jati. This is a reversal. You renounce all actions. Just throw away everything. And then, why? Because if I have to go back to myself, I have to renounce. I have to renounce in the sense I have to come back to myself. I have to, at least for sleep I have to renounce, but in waking state if I have to understand myself, also I have to renounce in the sense that none of these is my answer. Bas. None of these is my understanding. My understanding that none of these is my answer should make it effortless for me to come back to myself. Vairagya makes it effortless for us to come back to ourselves. Therefore, कर्माणि अशेषतः विसृजानेति तं होवाच प्रजापतिः तं him uvacha said Prajapati. To him Prajapati said. To Aruni Prajapati replied. What did he say? Tava putran. You have to renounce your children. Renounce means understand they are not going to be your answer. You have only attachment, moha, etc. It doesn't mean they are going to make you happy. Distancing is not renunciation. Discovering its not being the answer is renunciation. If distance can be renunciation, it can be reversed. If distance is renunciation, then it can be reversed. I can go close again. A disproved status cannot be reversed. Distance can be reversed. Understand? If I have seen that the snake is false clearly, then I can't reverse it. I can't reverse it. Disapproval cannot be, not disapproval, disapproval. Disapproval can be reversed. Disapproval can be reversed. समझ गए ना? Disapproval can be reversed. So today the whole day he is disapproving. मैं तो बीजेपी में जाना नहीं. And then another person says, उनको और 50 लाख दे दो. ठीक है, आप मेरा पिताजी का है. What are these disapprovals? It is nothing. Approval means nothing, disapproval means nothing. It is really disproving what is real, seeing what is reality without the possibility of reversal, and seeing what is false without the possibility of reversal. That is the real thing in life. And therefore here Bhagavan says, Tava putran, you have to understand your children, be nice to them, but also silently understand they are other jivas, they are looking for their moksha, you are looking for your moksha, the sambandha is temporary. You don't have to live only thinking about the children. Vivek, Maya hai, give them, see, it's nice to help them and withdraw the mind. Then go back to Vedanta. This is Tava Putran Bhratrun. That is simple. Renounce your brothers. That is not a big deal. Bhratrun is nothing, ji. वैसे भी हो जाता है. Without the Shastras advice, you can renounce. Bhratrun, Bandhvadin, and all the relationship. That is very simple. आजकल वैसे भी कोई भाई बंधु नहीं है. Because भाई बंधु हो तो मुंडन होना पड़ता है. Somebody dies, then you have to have mundan. It's a big disadvantage because it's going to take a long. How the teenagers can have mundan? And when you have a big family, every month there is somebody going, or every 6 months somebody going. That means what? For at least almost the whole life you will not be able to grow here. Therefore, the best thing is not to break the in Uttarakashi, I'm telling you what I am telling is catching up there. Sometimes what I say, you may take it casual, but it's a very serious matter. In Uttarakashi, in villages, the bhai bandi, that thing, mundan thing, they're all snapping. Without nahi hai. शादी होता है बुलाते हैं, लेकिन कोई शरीर छोड़ देते हैं, मुंडन नहीं करेंगे, बस खत्म. भाई बंदी केवल सेलिब्रेशंस के लिए, मॉर्निंग के लिए नहीं. मोर्निंग के लिए अगर कोई शरीर छोड़ देते हम नहीं मुंडन करेंगे. Why? Because it's so cold in there. And every 6 months you have mundan, then you catch cold. You see, I see some, even the boys that we have, all the time mundan, bhai, kya ho gaya? 6 months ago somebody, and now another person. And there are so many elderly people, एक के बाद एक जाते रहते हैं. Therefore, this Bhratrin, Bandhuvadin, and also there are in those days, those sentiments were there. आजकल के sentiments नहीं, but this was given taking the old times. Tran, Bandhuvadin, Shikham, and renounce also your Shikha. Because the Shikha carries certain ego. That I belong to a Vaidika family, etc. Yes, the external symbols also, they carry vanity. Yes. When an army officer carries all these ribbons, it's kind of a vanity. Vanity on a show. Yeah. He may say, no, it's just, how much. So, ठीक है जी, लेकिन among the army officers, they always count how many ribbons are there. Accordingly, your salutation will be. Your salutation, how good is your salutation, depending upon the number of the things, stars that he has. How many stars? बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है ना. Therefore, all symbols carry vanity. मैं तो पक्का ईरानियन मुसलमान हूँ. मैं तो पक्का वैदिक हूँ. समझ में आ रहा है ना? What I am telling, symbols are meant to convey, but I can use them for my vanity. That's why, human beings use even the truth for his, he doesn't know how to use it. He uses the truth for his own vanity. That's why Krishnamurti said, even if he finds the truth, he wouldn't know how to make use of it. Yes, he said something nice. Even if man found the truth, he wouldn't know what to do with it. Then, because he wouldn't know what to do with it, he would start selling it. He would commercialize it. Yes. He would commercialize it. Then, Yajñopavit. Therefore, just take up all the symbols of vanity. Shikha. Because it's not only Shikha, it's a symbol of vanity. It is a symbol that you have to do Vaidika karma. अगर शिखा रखेंगे तो रोज कर्म करना पड़ेगा थोड़ा बहुत. You understand, Therefore, yajñopavitam cha, shikham renounce yajñopavitam cha, and renounce your yajñopavitam. Because that also carries vanity. Also that also binds you to karma kanda. Shikha binds you to karma kanda. Yajñopavitam binds you to karma kanda. It is very important. The Vedanta, it is very beautiful thing. It just tells you all conventions get out. Don't really, having understood no conventions are going to help you, don't create a Vedantic convention. Don't create again another set of conventions. Because conventions are different, customs are different from understanding the truth. Therefore, yajñopavitam cha, yagam cha, and also renounce yaga, daily ritual. Some people perform all Vaidika karmas. yagam cha. Then sutram cha. And sutram also means, that is something sutram has to be. Sutram should be taken as like Brahma Sutra. Here sutram should be taken as all the Vidhi Pratisheda Vakyas. Like Brahma Sutras are Vastupara Sutras. Dharma Sutras are all Vidhipara Sutras. Athato Dharma Jignasa, that is also Sutram. This you should do. Mandates. ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए. That is what is called Sutra. All doctrines. Do's and don'ts. The Vedic do's and don'ts, the Karmakanda's do's and don'ts, is called Sutra. Renounce all the do's and don'ts related to Karmakanda. Swadhyayam cha. And renounce also daily recitation of Karmakanda. Daily recitation of Karmakanda, what will you do with it? Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyalokam cha. All the 7 worlds up. Because the entire creation is looked upon by Veda as 7 up and 7 down. He says, Bhagavan, here the Prajapati says, renounce all of them. Because in no loka there is answer. Before you go to other lokas, I am telling you. See, there is no teaching like this. It's just liberating man. I say, come back to yourself. There is nothing in this world. Everything is drishyam, 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 drishyam. This is having renounced all that deserves to be renounced. Then make yourself the topic. He's going to say all that. You're going to follow. Sometimes what happens, human beings respond only to, they don't respond to sanity. They respond to mandates. अच्छी तरह से समझाओ, समझेंगे नहीं. Mandates. Mandates, bas. This is the Shastric mandate, so I must follow. But I don't know why this mandate is, what is the truth behind it, that doesn't interest me. मैंने मम्मी ने कहा है, मैं करना है. Mandate. They are also useful sometimes. But as we grow up, then we should move from mandates to clarity. Mandates, we have to move from the mandates to the reasons for mandates. Able to follow. As children we can follow mandates, but as we grow up, we don't have to simply follow mandates. Children, of course, can't understand, therefore for them it's mandate. But then this habit to respond only to mandate continues till the end of life. But after some time I have to move to the clarity behind mandate, the vision behind mandate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Ji, thank you, Ji, thank you, Ji, thank you, Ji, thank you, Ji.